So here it is, Sunday. Craig Purdy still getting to molest my daughter all he wants. All I'm asking is for some help to get a private detective so I can actually find out the answer to questions that are easily answered. Easily, for a private detective. Like, was Jeremiah and Teresa Purdy murdered? Could look into that. Did my daughter's mother report Craig Purdy to her school when she was 7 for making her perform oral on him and his friends? That could be easily found out. Is Craig Purdy the nephew of a founding member of the Sons of Silence? Is there evidence of his claims of being a descendant of Leif Erikson and Swedish royalty? What was Craig the leader of the Sons of Silence? There's massive discrepancies in my legal work. They'll not only implicate Craig, but the entire court system. My mother's daughter was being trafficked inside Craig Purdy's apartment at the time of my daughter's birth, and this is all reflected in the record, and it's reflected in phone calls to institutions. There's a lot of information that can completely negate all the things that are in that court record. Those things don't go away. With a private detective and a lawyer, those things can be disseminated down to a real footprint, a real fingerprint of Craig and his allies caught red-handed. If I just had the people that could help me do that. Yeah. She went to the ER bleeding from her vagina and reported it was from an injury for act of prostitution. The court record makes it sound like it was a bad day. And like I said, she was in Craig Purdy's apartment. I can prove this. Being human trafficked to the point she was bleeding and had to give birth to my daughter early. And the court record acts like it was a bad date. And I can prove it. She said it on the phone. I can prove it. Those in the jails and prisons, those are recorded. She said it, and those aren't going away. There's a whole lot of other stuff I can show you. There's witnesses and everybody that can negate everything that's in that court record and show you that they were in cahoots. They were working with Craig and Rhonda, because she's the legal mind of their little criminal organizations. How they neglected my constitutional rights totally and completely. They're sitting there with my daughter's mother, Casey, in their court system, and it's just obvious to anybody that sees her that she's being trafficked. After she gave birth to my daughter, she got with this guy named Adam Hamad, and this is like less than a month after she got kicked out of the hospital, out of the NICU. She had already got with this guy, got pregnant, only carried this child, and she named him Jeremiah, only carried him for 5 months. He came out so messed up from drug use and cocaine that he's blind, can't hear. And Craig didn't want to adopt that child. Who knows what's happened to Jeremiah Purdy? Yeah, Craig didn't want any part of that. So this child, the second child after my daughter, less than a year after my daughter, who knows where that poor baby's gone? He's so messed up. And this is all because this is Craig's doing. This horrible, just deplorable. And people are just watching it happen. The court systems are watching this happen to Casey, knowing that Craig's the one behind it. They didn't do anything. It's deplorable that we live in a world where these things can happen. This is... Yeah. Somebody should be psychoanalyzing those videos that he put up. It shows him molesting my daughter. He's a lewd, lascivious. She's putting her hands in his crotch. There's a sippy cup with a beer next to it. Nobody's investigating that. She's talking about take a picture of your gravy. Nobody's investigating that. Nobody can psychoanalyze that and say, you know what? There's something not right about how he's not allowing her to have a pacifier and stuff. That's evidence. I need an IT guy that could easily find the footprint of whoever's hacked my stuff and destroyed evidence about Craig and his allies. Easily. They took advantage of me because I never got on the internet or anything, had a phone or nothing since 2018. I'm ignorant to those things. I'm learning. But if I had an IT guy, yeah, we could have a whole lot of evidence right there. There's just so much more. I'm just scraping the top of the barrel. There's so much more. And if I had a private detective and a lawyer, psychologists, IT people that were earnest about trying to unravel a human trafficking ring, the likes of which only no country's ever seen. This is one of the worst examples of this white supremacist bullshit. Like I said, Leif Erikson, the Senate, that they're trying to shove down our throats, that they're supposed to be able to just rule and walk all over everybody else because they're like Masons or whatever the hell. You think because you're descendants of somebody no, you keep your pure bloodline. That's weakness. In nature, diversity is what makes you smarter and better. You can see that in dogs. Overbreed it. Yeah. So everything, all the premises, everything that's pathetic individuals, we can expose them right now. We can expose them right here and put an end to it. So how about somebody help me out? Go and investigate this stuff. Take this video and go and investigate it on your own. Do whatever you want. Help me. Help yourself. I don't care. Let's expose these animals. Let's take them out. All right?